The cupboards are not empty in Atlanta, says our brand new general manager, Ian Cunningham, as we're going to touch on that. Welcome, everybody, to another edition with your boys, Reporting Eligible, coming to you live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. I'm your host, Berto, joined by my guy, Bro Talk, the tandem. You already know, Reporting Eligible. Welcoming you, please, to this platform. We also ask that you kindly please like and subscribe down below on the ticker at Dirty Bird Central on YouTube, 95 North Falcons Talk Show as well on YouTube. Again, what is going on, everybody? Bro Talk, what is up, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm excited. I was excited listening to Matt's presser. And then we got to listen to Kevin's presser.
Yeah, man.
And then we got to listen to Ian's presser. And he talked about the vision.
Yes.
And how we're going to build this football team and how we're going to add currency in the draft, right? So many great things. And it just sounded like things that we've been wanting in Atlanta with the general manager from, his ties in Baltimore and Philadelphia, the success he had in Chicago. It's awesome, man. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling optimistic. We're the more optimistic show. We always say that, but even more so this year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It feels like, well, first of all, no one's safe, right? But it feels like this is like the beginning of a very positive era in Atlanta Falcons history.
Man, no shade or disrespect to Terry Fontenot. We certainly appreciated his time to a certain degree here in Atlanta. I know that presser, a lot of people took that. There were some low-key jabs thrown at Terry and that one as far as mortgaging the future and things like that. We'll keep those comments at bay, but definitely Ian Cunningham, one of the more raw, emotional introductory pressures that we've seen in quite some time. This young man, Ian just wears it on his sleeves. He wears his emotions on his sleeve, and it came out talking about his family, his upbringing, being a fan of the Falcons, a native of Roswell, GA, so he gets to stay home and gets to build this team the right way, put it in the direction that this franchise deserves to be in. And as you mentioned, the stars are aligning, right? The vision between Stefanski, Matt, and Ian are aligning, right? A lot of we're adults here. A lot of football porn was thrown out there. Build the trenches, ladies and gentlemen. I'm saying it, goddammit, because we got our resident Jones Bones in the house, and we got to get him going. So, yes, man, a lot of that, in the presser, he was able to identify things of this Falcons team, ball club, the future of it, where it's heading. Talked a lot about the trenches, coming from backgrounds where two organizations pride themselves really on building in through the trenches, with Baltimore, with Philadelphia. This ain't a PG.
That's why we're on late. We're the late night
That's right,
show.
baby. That's right. But no, man, nonetheless, man, Ian gave a very spirited, if you want to, I'll call it spirited, press conference with the Falcons the other day. But some key things that you took away, Bro Talk, some things that stuck out to you that made you feel, damn it, this guy's a W already.
So he talked about, I just mentioned that the currency of draft picks and having more opportunities to select guys, right? That's the Eric DeCosta way. He talked about it. The more picks you have, the more opportunities you have to get guys in your building and potentially find, depth players, rotational players, or potential superstars for the league. And, this past year, Terry's best draft he hit 4 out of 5 picks, right? That's
absolutely.
That's 80% hit rate. That's huge. That's his best draft yet. But now this year, we're again 5 picks. Ian is no stranger to that. He said that was his first thing, first year in Chicago, same situation. So he's not, we were accustomed to the trade up, the infamous trade up in the second round that Terry always did. Now
we get your guy.
Now we could see hey, we're okay trading back because we feel confident in our scouting and in our team and everything we put together. And another thing, the big thing, everyone is excited for it, the trenches.
Right.
Building the trenches. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Ready? Is everybody ready for the reveal? My wife just walked in.
Let's do it.
Amazing.
Wow. What is that? Sourdough bread?
It's sourdough bread. It's a homemade Philly cheesesteak.
Where's your
Homemade.
brother at? Eat your heart out. Chris, eat
You
your
know,
heart out if you're
get out
watching.
of here.
A
Get out of
true Philly.
here. I'm
A
excited.
true Philly sandwich.
I'm excited. So this is a healthier version, higher protein, lower calorie. Me and my wife got goals this year. Thank you, babe.
There you go. That's right.
But
W wife.
Yeah, W wife all the time. But
absolutely,
the trenches, right? He talked about building in the trenches. Former offensive lineman himself. He's got a quarterback at president of football, so he knows what it means to, how to be successful. The Ravens, the Eagles, and then we saw the complete 180 the Bears had when they added those 3 interior linemen, right? A former Falcon and Drew Dalman, made trades for Jonah Jackson, made trades for Joe Tooney, an older Joe
Tooney, who made the Pro Bowl, damn it.
Who made the Pro Bowl again. He's been in the playoffs every single year of his career. Isn't that crazy? Every single year, from the Patriots to the Chiefs and now the Bears. That's nuts to me. So a lot of good things to come away with it. And I think I tweeted this out. Like, I don't think we ever saw the raw emotion from Terry like we did from Ian. Like, the saying, this means something to me. Like, he took that away from Ian. Like, this, I spoke this into existence. I finally got what I thought I would be at. Like, this is what I wanted to do. It's for a team that he grew up watching. He talked about doing the dirty bird. Like, he like Matt Ryan wants this franchise to be successful. And I know Stefanski wants the same thing, right? He said it. He wanted to come to Atlanta. So all 3 of the big heads are wanting to just be I'll let her know. There's the door's open, right? All 3 of the heads leading this football team, they talked about it, right? Vision, on the same page, spoke the same language. They are itching for success because Queen Brotown. I'll let her know you said that. I think she'll really like that. I'll let her know you said that.
Hey, by the way, this is Kenny that I told you that I met for the first time.
Oh, okay. This is Kenny. Shout out Kenny. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, it feels different.
Yeah.
Right. It didn't feel different when Raheem was hired. It didn't feel different when Arthur Smith was hired. It didn't feel different when Terry was hired. It was kind of like, okay, let's see what happens. This go around really does feel different. And it kind of feels like our good days, right? When Mike Smith and Dimitrov started, right? That's when it really turned the page. But now I think we can emulate that, but then also be consistent. So we can potentially be one of these franchises that finally has sustained success.
Yeah, and a quick turnaround in 2026. I think one of the things for me that was very, heartfelt was this whole process seemed organic to me. It came right from the chest, right? He talked about him wanting to be a GM from the beginning, and he learned from his dad who was into professional sports. And that's something that he always wanted to do since he was a kid, was be a general manager of some sort. But we got to talk about the makeup of Ian Cunningham, how he cut his teeth in the game from an earlier time, right? 2008 to 2016, a Southeast regional scout for the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore has had plenty of great players, and like we talked about, he's gotten to learn from the guys like Eric DaCosta and Ozzie Newsome. He does get credit for scouting certain players. 2 that come to mind with the Baltimore Ravens. C.J. Mosley was great. But I don't know about the Rashad Perryman one. I think he flopped as a wide receiver, but C.J. Mosley went on to have a pretty good NFL career. Now we switch dials to the Philadelphia Eagles, where he worked with Howie Roseman, the gambler, I call him, of GMs in the NFL, the guy that's a high roller, not afraid to make risky moves and whatnot, but was able to learn under him and how to navigate through certain situations, salary cap, player personnel. That's where actually he became director of player personnel for the Philadelphia Eagles, scouted Jordan Mailata, who has been a success story with the Philadelphia Eagles, a former rugby player. He went that deep to scout these guys or point the scouts within the Eagles organizations in the right direction. But overall, man, I think one thing too, right? the picks, right? This year we only have 5 picks going into this draft. Yeah, he's had success in prior teams in prior years with less than draft picks. One comes to mind, 2024, Caleb Williams' year. He was drafted. The Roma Dunze, Caleb Williams draft picks or draft selections speak for themselves. And then last year, obviously, with Trapillo and all these other guys that they added through the draft, speak volumes of what Ian is able to do when he was with those organizations, but what he's able to do now with Atlanta. When he talks about the aligned vision, as you mentioned it, right, it's the trenches, right? This by no means gives us an indicator of what direction Atlanta may go in. Hint, hint. But it could very well be an indication of where Atlanta goes in free agency. Also, with the 48th pick in the draft this year, I'm also interested with the picks, the 5 picks. What does he do? Is this enough for him, or does this draft have enough talent that the Falcons are complacent in just keeping the 5 picks and saying, okay, we can make 5 of the best picks. We have Ian here who has all this wealth of knowledge. And obviously, our scouting department does speak for itself, one of the better ones around the league. Do you think that Ian will be sold on just keeping 5, or do you think this man will be active and add more to the arsenal?
Yeah, I think
come April.
I think the expectation, the way he spoke, is you would expect a couple trade downs, maybe not like anything crazy.
Sure.
A couple slots to add a early day 3 pick, maybe a late day 2 pick. But I would expect them to add probably 2 to 3 picks, whether that's round 5, round 4, or round 7, right? Jordan Mailata, for those of you that don't know, 7th rounder, like you said, he found him. Someone under the radar, has been an all-pro, has been an anchor at the left tackle spot for the Philadelphia Eagles. So just having a GM that went through the ranks as an area scout, like it wasn't just like, how Terry was a free agent scout. No, this guy sees the college kids, looks for those intangibles, looks for things that fit the football team as a whole. So I would expect them to add more. I wouldn't be surprised if, again, round 2, right? We were used to trading up. We're going to trade down. We're going to trade down.
I hope so.
Because if you trade down in the 2nd round, you could probably get a late 3rd round pick. Now you've got 2 3rd round picks, right? And a 2nd round pick. So I think once you get outside the 1st round this year, the players kind of, they intermingle. It's just a matter of who you think who you want on your football team. So I think they would be okay falling back. This isn't that type of draft class where it's like, let's be aggressive. Let's get these particular guys like we were accustomed to, past 5 years?
4 or 5 years. Yeah. And isn't it a coincidence that we get an offensive lineman driven GM and this draft class just so happens to be kind of in that peak of offensive linemen that are coming out, for underclassmen to top tier guys. This draft has it all. It offers you a little bit. Interior guys, you can really solidify. Bookends is another thing too. We'll touch on that at some point as far as the futures of Jake Matthews and Caleb McGarry. But I just feel like, yeah, man, this hiring was meant to be. Obviously, he was the favorite from day one. We've been hearing the Ian Cunningham name in the Atlanta circle for quite some time. Finally, it came to fruition. This is a man that declined a job with the Arizona Cardinals 2 or 3 years ago. So I mean, he was destined to be an Atlanta Falcon, man. And what a way to manifest this, man. So congratulations to Ian Cunningham. We just pray and hope for great things from him going forward, man. But bro talk, man. In this presser, we gotta talk about something, right? And it revolves around QB1 and some comments that were made. And obviously, when comments are made and it hits the media, it goes in 1,000 different directions, right? There's nothing like getting the source from the horse's mouth than getting the goddamn source from the horse's mouth, man. And I guess in today's tweet, it did spark feelings from Michael Penix to come out and just tell the world the makeup of who he is, not just as a man, his upbringing, but just a player himself. And the question, or where this all derived from, was from a question in the press conference where Matt Ryan was asked that, is Michael Penix your day one quarterback, your starting quarterback for this franchise? He deflected, and you had an interesting take on it. So I like for you to just let us know why you feel that Matt Ryan, said what he said in the press conference.
I think it's being taken out of context, like a lot of things in the media, right?
Yes.
Mark
Yes.
Zinno was the one that asked the question, like, is Michael Penix your, day one quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
I think he did ask if he was healthy. The fact of the matter is, we don't know when Michael Penix is going to be healthy.
Right.
Okay? And I think Matt gave the PR, the political answer, like, we're going to assess everything. Right? We're going to assess everything. And I think they want Michael Penix to be QB1, right? They've seen him. They've interacted with him. Matt's known him since his rookie year, right? When they were drafted, they exchanged phone numbers. Michael even said it. They've talked on the phone. So it's like they've already still started building the relationship there. And,
I agree with this one. That dude rubs me the wrong way, man. Just the way he carries himself, and especially in that introductory press conference, just something odd. He has a punchable face. Now that's my rage bait right there. Man.
I think people forget what Arthur Blank said. Also, he's our quarterback. Like, we believe in him and we want him to be successful. Now, this, Michael, I was asked last night, NFC South Roundtable. If you missed it, go check it out. I was asked last night, for Michael Penix, like, are you confident? Like, what does he need to do to take the next step? Right? We can talk about the mechanics. We all know that the mechanics have to be fixed, right? He knows
absolutely
that, right? But I think what he needs to fix, or at least from my perspective, right? I'm not him, but this is just from me looking outside in, is his mental game, right? I know I'm not talking about preparing. I'm talking about in those moments where mistakes are made or almost made. And he starts getting mental with himself. And it all starts going downhill because he tries to be too perfect. He tries to make sure that he's not going to be the guy that he's not going to be the reason they lose. And as the leader of the quarterback is the natural leader of the football team, you can't do that. You have to give yourself grace. And I think they're building a support system for him. But he has to take it upon himself to take in that support and help himself develop. I think having Matt Ryan in the building is huge because Matt's talked about it. Like, what's his role now? I think Myles Garrett of the media asked, like, well, Matt, we hired the GM, we hired the head coach. What's the next job? Like, what's next for you? And he talked about it. I'm here for support. And I think Penix needs to kind of lean into that, where if he is doubting himself, if he's having those down moments, asking a former QB here in Atlanta, a future Hall of Fame quarterback, walk me through it. Help me through this. Like, this is what I'm doing. Talk to me about what you did, or give me some tidbits of advice on how I can apply myself and be a better football player, be a better quarterback. Now, that's up to Michael himself to want to do that. Right?
Absolutely.
You can't. What's the saying? Like, you could lead the horse to the water, but you can't.
Water,
right.
Boom.
So Michael's got to take it upon himself, and I think he is 100% wanting to be successful, and I think he will help himself. So I think just the media is blowing this out of proportion. You have Stephen A. Smith running his damn mouth. He's another media guy like Coward that just don't know. You want to talk about rage baiters? It's them.
It's
like
them.
They just need to leave because it got to Michael enough to where he had to tweet something or post something on Instagram and just remind people like, hey, this is what your stance is. I know where I'm at. Make sure you stay there. Once I come out of the fire, even better. So it's gonna be interesting once Michael comes back from his injury.
Absolutely. I think you touched on something that holds so much weight, right? When you said, that he can lean on Matt and things like that if things get too big. And this comment right here, competent coaching matters, right? So already when the staff was being built and aligned, right, Matt and Kevin really honed in on guys that have skin in the game, have been around, have dealt with a lot of circumstances. Our quarterback coach, Alex Van Pelt, a guy that's been around for quite some time, is another guy I feel like could be, a major contributor to the success of Michael Penix. This is a guy that's worked with a lot of quarterbacks. Drake May was his OC when Drake May was a rookie in 2024. Obviously, he's worked with the likes of Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers is a handful, right? And if you can make it with Aaron Rodgers, you can make it with just about anybody in the league. That's the biggest diva at that most important spot in the NFL. And Alex Van Pelt guided him to 3 straight Pro Bowl season from 2014 through 2017. So yeah, coaching does matter. I love the alignment and what they're building around Michael Penix. I feel like with every coaching hiring that's hired within Atlanta has a direct impact on the success or the future success for Michael Penix Jr. We got to touch on right quick Tanner Estrogen, the guy that was hired as the pass game coordinator. That's another young man that not a lot of people know. Obviously, they will criticize him for what the Jets did last year, what he was the OC. You got to go back and look at his work under Ben Johnson with the Detroit Lions as the pass game coordinator there. He really some exotic play concepts, utilized the tight end very well. You saw Sam Laporta's success in those years. You also got to look at Jahmyr Gibbs and what he was able to do as well. We got our very own lightning in a bottle in Bijan. Just imagine what that young man is going to be able to draw up for these guys. And then, oh, by the way, if we retain Kyle Pitts, that's another thing that can get you going. But yeah, nonetheless, man, the Michael Penix comments from today just really sparked, a lot to come out from the young QB, man. He went out and, just really tried to sell himself, I feel, in a way to the public to like kind of reel people in, because these are comments that are made that if the average football fan is not educated, you can lose, right? And you don't want that. Nobody would, right? So in a sense, I think MPJ will be just fine. You just got to give it time. Everything is process driven, and what he's going through right now does have to go through its process. And if he feels like he's going to be ready for week 1, when God damn it, we're going to be all there with him, cheering him on, and praying that he is ready for week 1. He's already in the training room, so it's like these are little positives that already, he's showing us. Those are little victories already. So yeah, man, it's it sucks to read, but it's cool to process, so that way you can just give your best take on the situation at hand.
I mean, hindsight, we always have revisionist history. Want to be amazing to come back to those comments and him just ball out his first year back, because
Absolutely, man.
you touched on it. Tanner, when he was with Detroit, was a big reason why players like Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, and company were so wide open, because of the things they were able to manipulate from the defense. I think he was the least of the Jets' problems as the offensive coordinator. I think he was a bit of a scapegoat, if I'm being honest with you. And hey, you know what? Another man's garbage is someone else's treasure, and he's going to be our treasure. Planning with Tommy Rees, Van Pelt, Callahan,
Callahan,
and then Stefanski as the head, kind of putting it all together, like simplifying it and making concepts to where it's easy. Like Penix has an easy button. We've talked about quarterbacks not having the easy button here in Atlanta for a long time.
Sure.
It feels like we're going to finally have that. And that in itself helps a young man gain confidence, have the ability to feel confident to make a tight window throw, because that's what we saw in his last 3 games last year in 2024 when he became the starter. Is he was making some tight window throws, and he had confidence behind him, and he was completing these things, and it was like, wow, that's why we drafted him. So if he can get back to that form, man, we do have a franchise quarterback. But again, it's up to Mike to develop his mental game, learn the playbook, and then be ready when his number is called once again.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it. And what we also do love is the support that we always get from the chat. Over 350 eyes right now on us. We definitely appreciate you guys taking the time every Wednesday night faithfully to rock out with reporting eligible. Let me just shout out the chat right quick before we move into the next segment. Kenny Zambaria, man, appreciate meeting you for the first time, man. That was awesome, man. Tanner Ruffles, thank you so much for being here. Cody Muse is in the house. Hucklebuck is in the house. April Thomas, also known as Ron Thomas. What it do, my guy? Thank you for being here this evening. John Brooks, what's going on, man? Hope all is well with you, man. Falcons 28-T. What is up? Hopium is on the rise. As always, man. Our general can I call him an old line coach without? I think I can. I hope I don't, you know, you know, yeah, the O-line coach of the show. Jones Bones is in the house, man. Trainer Ruffles, what's happening? What is going on? So Cunningham basically said we are trading down and or trading away some guys on the roster. I didn't get that sense, but I think he's more into gaining capital. So if by gaining capital, I think he would trade from where he's at. So from 48, maybe move down to I don't know, 57 or something like that to acquire a day three, another day two pick of some sort, extra third round or whatever the case may be. I don't think he's trading away any assets right now. I don't think so. We're not there yet. Matt, what is going on? T. Terry is in the house. Mama Torres is in the house, Benicio Mommy. Eric's, what's going on? 414. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Man, happy Wednesday to you, man. Mob Ties, what's happening? King Atlanta supporter is in the house. Thank you so much for being here. Can't have a show without Tom Brady, man, right? Oh boy, Tom Brady is in the house. Now, Splasher, what's going on, man? Again, thank you everybody for being here this evening. Brandon, what's going on, Brandon Bass? How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well with you, man. But yes, man. So some challenges that Ian might face in year one as Falcons GM, obviously him being a first year GM. And I'm talking salary cap, right? The Falcons per over the cap. Now, these numbers are official, unofficial. We're at 26 million right now. That's per over the cap, right? Where are some contracts that we may think that, or you may think, um, Ian might tap into? You put out a very inspiring video not long ago, which I highly recommend all of you go on, at Dirty Bird Central, search my guy here, Bro Talk, and please listen to that video and the visuals that he gives you because it's poetry in motion. But some of the things that you said on there are absolute fact. Two of the contracts that you mentioned are guys that are going to be here for a long period of time that we can afford to tap into those contracts. But I'll give that to you so that way you can go on and elaborate a little bit more.
Yeah, so over the cap updated their numbers based off the projected cap, that the increase after the NFL announced. I had made that video prior to, so my numbers are a little different. I do put a disclaimer out there, but yeah, two guys, easy restructures based off the estimated numbers is Chris Lindstrom. We do it. We've done it every year. He's gotten that new extension. Do it again. You're not getting rid of him anytime soon. And then AJ Terrell. Quarterback one, he's going to be here. You signed him to the extension. That's one thing Terry did right. And he's going to be here. It's an easy way to free up some money. Now, we talk about hard conversations, right? We talk about, things that GMs do, right? When a new GM and a new coach come in, they don't really have ties to players, right?
True.
They come into the unless they're a superstar, right? Bijan Robinson, right? He's not going anywhere, right?
Oh, don't do that.
If anything, he is probably already working a contract to make sure he stays here. But there's one player in particular I wouldn't be surprised if he gets cut, and that's wide receiver Darnell Mooney. Okay, I think the number is almost $8 million in savings. He just didn't look like himself. The second year could have been injuries, but he dropped a lot of passes. And when you have a younger quarterback, you need reliable wide receivers that can get open, that can catch the ball when it hits them in the hands. And so, Darnell was in Chicago when Ian got there, and they let him walk. they weren't going to re-sign him. And that could be a guy they get rid of as well, right? This whole wide receiver room is going to get revamped, right?
I think so too.
Besides Drake London, it's no one else. And
Right.
those 3 moves alone, I think we're already you add another close to 35 million, right?
Yeah.
So that gives a new GM wiggle room.
28.
Yeah. It gives them more wiggle room to go after free agents, right? Because now you're close to $60 million of cap space, and the cap, the trend is it's going to continue to still go up every single year. So you could plan ahead for that.
Business is booming in the NFL, brother.
Booming, the TV deals. I talked about a couple of extensions that you could happen. Drake London, obviously 5th-year deal. You want to get the deal done. You save a little bit of money there. You make your wide receiver one happy. Hopefully it gets done before camp. Hopefully there's no type of holdout, right? That's the worst thing we could do in a year 1 of a new head coach and GM. And then Jesse Bates, we saw production not be what we're used to, but the production was upticked towards the end of the year. Okay. Was upticked towards the end of the year. Now, I talked about doing an extension, right? Maybe a short term, nothing long. But we've been talking about trading and getting draft picks. Don't be surprised. And I'm not saying I want this to happen, but this is the NFL at the end of the day. It's a business. Don't be surprised if Jesse Bates draws interest and people that need a safety come calling for an expiring contract, and it could get you like a 3rd round pick. It could get you a top 100 pick, right? Now you can plan for past Jesse Bates. You already have your Jesse Bates replacement in Xavier Watts, right? You have Billy Bowman that has safety capability, but you really like him at the nickel, right? But that's that 3 safety philosophy that me and Bones were talking about today. So could I see it happen? Yes. So be prepared if something like that happens. Oh, breaking news, Jesse Bates has been traded for a 3rd round pick. I'm not saying I want it to happen, but it could happen. And then you open up even more cap space, because there are some big names in the trenches that you can go after and go get to improve this offensive or improve even more the defensive line.
So keeping in mind 2 things: age and injury. Age, Jesse Bates is still 28 years of age, right? Still in his prime. Injury, we don't know what the status for Billy Bowman is going to be, right? And like you mentioned, he does have safety capability, but for the sake of the secondary and the structure of how it was designed last year under Jerry Gray, now being taken over by Coach Justin Hood, I'm not trading Jesse Bates. I don't think that it would, for me, it just, and this is not going against what you say, right? I understand that it's an NFL world. It just wouldn't make sense to me right now, because now I almost feel like you have to force yourself to waste draft capital right at that 48 to draft a replacement. You said Xavier would be the guy, but who's going to play alongside him if Billy's not ready? Are we talking Jordan Fuller coming back and filling that spot? That doesn't get the needle moving, and I don't think that the free agent market offers a boom, or a boom in terms of free agents that are out there for the back end of the secondary. So I would want to keep Jesse Bates and have him still grow within the system. Give Billy time, as you mentioned. Give him time. He looks good in the nickel. Obviously, there's going to be a problem, which we're gonna play. Who's going, who's staying. There's a name that's in there that definitely deserves to stay. But I think the wild card here is Billy Bowman. He's the one that affects everything possibly happening on the back end of that defense. But right now, I don't think that Jesse Bates should be a candidate to be traded, man.
No, I think all the points that you said, you hit it on the head. I think someone in the comment also said that's a leader, a voice in the locker room, because another thing I talked about is I don't think Caden Ellis is coming back, right? And that's another voice that you potentially are losing. Caden Ellis is older. He's going to be 31 as a linebacker. You kind of, Caden isn't the best, but he was good enough to make plays and do things. And he was a natural leader. So you lose him. And then, if you trade Jesse Bates, that's another vet. And, you mentioned he's still in his prime. So that's why I think an extension, another 3-year extension, pay the man.
Lovely.
Right? He's in his early 30s. He's still got time to play in the NFL, whether it's with us or moving on to an NFL franchise. So Again, I don't want it to happen. These
man.
things can happen, especially with a new GM that didn't sign him and is looking to add youth and depth to the team.
No, awesome points, man. Yeah, so this one's gonna spring into our last segment. We're gonna touch on this one for a little bit. The Falcons and Ian Cunningham have north of 28 free agents on the roster. So we're gonna play a game of who stays and who goes. So I'm gonna go on and share my screen. And we're gonna put check marks next to these bad boys on who's staying and who's going, man. Where is it? Oh man. There we go. All right. Hopefully that's visible enough for y'all to see. But we have unrestricted free agents all the way down to restricted free agents, all the way down to exclusive rights free agents. So we're gonna start at the very top. With the good old Easton Stick. Is he coming or is he going? Is he staying or is he leaving? Goodbye, sir. So he's going to get a big check mark to leave. Now, everybody's fan favorite. And the moment that Kevin Stefanski was signed, I think a glimmer of hope was had that a Tyler Algier reunion may be in the works. Obviously, Kevin Stefanski knows a thing or two about working with a running back tandem from his days in Cleveland. And Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. Could this be that version 2.0 with Bijan and Tyler still here in Atlanta? I would love to think so. But your thought quickly on what do you feel? What does your gut tell you Tyler Algier is at? Is he with the Falcons next year or is he out of there, man?
My gut tells me he is not returning. My gut is telling me he is looking for the opportunity to prove to the NFL that he is worthy of being the team's number one running back, and that's no shade at Bijan. He doesn't have any animosity towards Bijan. Yeah. They're probably the biggest brothers on this team, right? But
sure,
at the end of the day, you're an NFL player and you're competitive. You don't want to ride the bench. You want to be on the field and make plays happen, right? We talked about the comparisons from the Chargers, right? LT and the Burner Turner, right? The Burner Turner walks after being LT's backup, and he thrives in with our Falcons, right? Now he talks about the Falcons all the time. And we have a similar scenario here in Bijan and Tyler. So I think Tyler may take less money to get that starting role. Dallas Cowboys, Kansas City Chiefs, Minnesota Vikings. Like, these are all teams I could see giving him those snaps to be RB1. I would personally love him in the Dallas Cowboys because you know how much of a Dak fan I am, and
heavy inside zone.
Heavy inside zone. They've got the offensive line there, so I think Tyler would thrive in Dallas.
I like this comment. He says Ellis and Bates are like struggle meals. They were there for you when times were tough, and you don't turn your back on them once you improve.
Hold on. What's your one struggle meal that you still eat to this day?
Oh my God.
This is a good comment.
This is a good comment. Brother, an open face sandwich, right? Sausage link, a little bit of mustard on it. Struggle meal right there, man. When times are tough.
I'll tell you mine. It's eggs with hot dog. You ever had that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man.
Love it.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was normal, and people were like, I had, richer friends when I was growing up. They're like, eggs with hot dog? Ew. I'm like, what do you mean?
How dare you?
They're like, come on, dude. That's like a banger right there.
Yeah. Dude, man, you do it right. I mean, hey, listen, we're different ethnicities, right? So for me, it would be on Puerto Rican bread. For you, maybe a tortilla of some sort. You know what I'm saying? That shit smacks, bro. It hits right every time.
Look who's in the chat.
There he is. Hey, our guy, the tribal chief himself, Big Low Country Sports, man. Make sure you go subscribe to Big Low Country on YouTube. Speaking of bro talk, that's a big boy. He legit looks like an old lineman. When you come out here for training camp, we're going to have to get you lined up, bro talk. And that's a fact, bro.
Hey, y'all want to know something funny? Berto couldn't believe what I told him. He was like, we were talking about height because I was looking at the pictures for training camp. I was like, oh, dang. I was like, how tall is Big Low? And he was like, oh, like 6'3", 6'2", like something like that. I'm like, oh, cool. And then Berto's like, well, how tall are you? Like 6'1". 6'1"? Like, what do you mean? Like, why is that shocking? Yeah, I'm 6'1".
Hey, dog, I'm gonna tell you something. And, hey, listen, and first and foremost, shout out to this man, Smitty. You know, as you already know, I've worked with him before. Know your podcasters, right? I never met I I never met Smitty until 2023. We did shows together, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I never knew him. So the first time I met him, I'm like, damn, bro, you really as short as you say, man. I'm taller than Smitty. So it's like, holy shit, man. So know your podcasters, man, if you ever get into this type of world, man. So yeah, it was a shocker for me to hear you were 6'1". It was even more of a shock to me when I met him, and I was like, hey, bro, man, I am really fucking taller than you. Holy shit, man. But fun times nonetheless. But man, moving back onto it. So you feel Tyler Algier is jettisoned. He's out of here. He's going to take his RB1 opportunity elsewhere. Okay. The Unicorn, our 2000 and 21 fourth overall pick. You know, the man that was identified as the next guy, right? The generational tight end of every sort. Kyle Pitts played under his 5th-year option this year, and I, for one, feel like he did not disappoint. I think all the work that he put in the last 2 years under Zach Robinson and tight end coach Kyle Kroger finally came to fruition. Posted over 925 yards on 88 receptions, 5 TDs. He really showed his worth in that if you make him the focal point of your offense, good things will happen. As it was down the stretch when Draco went down with that hip injury, you know, he sprung to life. He was made the guy, so to say. Obviously, everything channeled through him and Bijan. So, long story short, this is a situation is, are we tagging or not tagging Pitts? What do you say? Not tagging.
We're not tagging him, but we are extending him. Kyle Pitts ain't going nowhere.
Baby.
And Kevin Stefanski's offense, the tight end thrives. And it just feels like Kyle Pitts is, he got in the NFL when he was 21. I mean, think about it. You're 21 years old playing with grown men in the league, right? Mm-hmm. The guy that's the president of football for this team saw him firsthand on what he can do.
Absolutely.
Hit those rookie tight end records. Right.
Sure
and
did.
then it all went downhill until this past year. And, you know, TJ last night was like, are you worried that he only had this year because he's playing with empty pockets? He's fighting for a contract. And I said, no, I don't think so. You think that for certain players because it has been proven in the past. But for me, it's just, this was finally the Kyle Pitts that we saw in year one. He was healthy. He was moving around. And like you said, when he was a focal point and he was actually targeted, hey, good things happened. And I think Kevin Stefanski sees the value there. And that's why I think, you know, he gets brought back. As far as predictions for a contract, I'd say 4-year. Hold on. Don't quote me on the numbers yet. What was that? Let's see. Hold on. I got you. Why'd you have to put me on the spot like that, bro?
Good job, Matt.
So I think he probably earns himself close to $17 million a year. So you do the math, 17.5 million. So if it's 17.5 times 4 average, you're looking at a 4-year, $70 million contract. You guarantee either, you know, anywhere from 36 to 40 million. I think he's a happy man. He turns 30, he hits the market again, and then we assess like, oh, does he come back, right? And then he could end up having that Travis Kelce type career in Atlanta where he's playing in his mid-30s and still making plays for us. So that's an early prediction, right? I haven't dove into those types of numbers, but
So the franchise tag is 16 million at the tight end position. Dare I say, and I might get tomatoes thrown for it, I think he comes less than that. I think he comes in a little bit under than that. I think Ian can work some magic and get him here for about, I don't know, 14 million maybe.
So you think he's worth more than David Njoku?
I think so.
But not worth more than TJ Hawkinson?
No.
You think TJ Hawkinson is worth more?
Well, actually, you know what? No, because he's flatlined in Minnesota as of recently, and his what was his contract given? What, like 3 years ago?
Yeah, and he's earning 16.5 million.
He's already earning 16.5 million. You know what? He might be onto something. That 17 number does hit.
Because look, right now, Kelsey's out of the picture. He was earning just over 17 million. He's doesn't have a contract anymore. He's 37. Does he come back? Probably not. Trey McBride is earning 19 million a year.
Yeah, you're not catching him.
And then the next guy above him is 19.1 million. It's George Kittle.
Is George Kittle. My thing is, what they're going to hang on him is obviously productivity, right? Production. What have you done in a Falcons uniform? You can gloat all you want of 2021, but then there's those dark days or dark years of 22 through 24. Injury marred in 22. We get it. Things happen. It's a physical sport. But then you kind of poop the bed in 23 and 24, right? Does quarterback play factor in?
Yes, and then we talked about it. You like to point out that article where Zach Robinson said he's learning the position all over again.
I do. So there's many hangups,
there's
right?
So many factors, right?
Exactly. So it's kind of hard to pinpoint where's his goddamn lane, right? So it's an anomaly of some sort. But we have the brain trust in Ian Cunningham. I'm sure that he can get it right, man. Oh, got to shout out these guys over here, man. When it comes to doing interviews, no one in the podcast world does it better than the Waterboy Show. Troy Boy and B Rich, man. Shout out to you fellas, man. Thank you for always bringing the big stars, the big names onto the platform and having us, the fans, view what you guys put out. It's awesome stuff, man. If you haven't caught the Waterboys yet, please, I urge you do so on YouTube. The Waterboy Show, man, for sure. No problem, man. Anytime, man. All right, so we're keeping Kyle Pitts.
Yes.
Absolutely. So now we're moving down to Teagan. That says it all. We have to make sure that the chat and Uncle Steve is not in here because the next guy gets him going, and that's Felipe Franks. Felipe Franks, man. He's not going to add value as a pass catcher, but he's a fucking dog when it comes to special teams, man.
Felipe Freaks, stand up because he's not going anywhere. His value, I think his value on special teams as a protector, as kickoff return coverage, blocking, I think he earns himself another contract. He does make some knuckleheaded plays sometimes, kind of after the whistle. But you kind of need that a little bit on your team, playing with the chip on his shoulder. I think he does come back. How does he keep? Hey, look. I don't know. Special teams matter, okay?
They do. So I had a quick interaction with him back in New York when I went to the Falcons game. So he comes out in a full shiesty mask. And he's coming. It's cold as hell. Oh. And I said, Franks, you're not fooling anybody. We know it's you. So he looks up, he gives a thumbs up, and he continues his workout. It's like, dude, you're not fooling anybody, man. What are you doing? But yes, Felipe's here to stay, man.
He's right. Think about this. He's our Mac Hollins. How about that?
Oh, okay. That's respectful. I like that. Yeah, I could take that for sure. Next guy, one guy that I know we were all doing, oh my God, what is he going to be all year? Elijah Wilkerson, who filled in admirably, if you want to be that nice on the right side, protecting.
Look at me. Oh, you can just stop right there. He's gone. Gone. Get him off my football team.
Gave up what, 6? So was it 6 sacks from the right side this past year?
I mean, he was offensive tackle 3, so the expectations weren't there, but
absolutely,
it was bad.
The next two guys, obviously veterans that have been around the league for quite some time. David Onyemata obviously had tied to Terry Fontenot. And like you mentioned, new GMs have no ties to ex-players of any sort. So David Onyemata, Contavia Street. I like Onyemata's game this year. I think he broke out a bit. He came back to life. Let me just say that, right? His trench work was better this year than it was last year. Is there a possibility that he comes back? No. He's 33 years old 34. And 34. I think we're going to have to, respectfully pass on him. I think
David, thank you for your time in Atlanta. But
that's it.
We wish you
See you
well.
later. There you go. Big check mark on him. Contavious Street, serviceable rotational player
Practice squad
for the
guy.
Falcons and practice. So we'll keep him.
Well, I would still check him because he won't be on the active roster, but I would be okay bringing him because he came in and was serviceable when he was called up from the practice squad.
Yes, yes. And Matt, yes, right here. You really got to focus on beef at the D line, and it was spoken about when he mentioned trench work. So there are a lot of guys named Lee Hunter that should be in a Falcons uniform by pick 48. We pray to God that he's there, man, but we don't know. All right, the edge group: Arnold Ebiketie, Leonard Floyd, the two guys that are here. I think the Ebiketie experiment is over in Atlanta.
I
See
agree.
you later.
See
He
ya,
should have been
Mr.
traded.
AK. Yeah, he should have been traded. But hey, that's why our GM is brand new and we don't have the old guy.
What a coincidence, right? Hold on. So Ian being, with the Bears during the trade deadline and stuff like that, Arnold Ebiketie was actually linked to the Chicago Bears as a potential trade destination. Did Ian maybe have something to say on that one? Like, oh, he's not that guy. Let's not waste any capital on this guy.
Maybe.
So, maybe, right? So he did stop. Was it Ryan Poles? If I read correctly, he stopped Ryan Poles from trading up for Roma Dunze in the draft
because he knew as soon as Neighbors was taken by the Giants, it's like he's gonna be there. Relax.
He's gonna be there. Yep. So hey, all right, Leonard Floyd. Thank you for being the veteran that you have been. 3 sacks on the year. But it might be time to say goodbye to
Leonard to hang him up, big dog.
Yeah, man. He broke the streak of 8 to 10 sacks he had on a year. Yeah. Had to break the damn streak with Atlanta. God damn it, man.
It is what it is.
Yes. Now, this guy I am on board fully. Khalid Kareem, was a practice squad guy for most of the year. Did come up, and boy, when he did come up, he made his presence felt. No better than that. The Bills game. Yeah, I like Khalid Kareem. I think he's serviceable. He's a solid rotational guy. I think he should come back.
I think he comes back as a rotational piece. Yes,
absolutely, man. One of the biggest failed experiences in quite some time, D'Angelo Malone, who we acquired from the Matt Ryan pick from the Colts in the 3rd round. Yeah.
Yes. Bye.
Goodbye. God damn it.
All right, let me hear what you got to say.
When you say your what is it? The best ability is availability, and that has zero ties to this guy. Is Troy Anderson even alive?
He is. We saw him on the sideline, so yes.
You saw him on the sideline? Okay. And your infatuation with this guy is the size, the speed?
Special teams.
I mean, can't you just get somebody from free agency to come and fill the void? If that's the case,
but you could also tell them, hey, your other teams aren't going to want to sign you because they don't have any film on you. So you can come back for $4 million on 1 year.
I think that's too much. $4 million, man.
I think he comes back.
You think he comes back? Okay, so I'll put the check. Oh no, I'll leave it blank.
I think he comes back just as a depth piece. We're not expecting him to be a starter. You're a depth piece. You're going to be playing special teams, so get ready for that. And if you get hurt again in the middle of the year, guess what? We're cutting you, and your contract's not guaranteed. Simple as that.
I got you. All right. I'll give you that. That's cool. No, I'm fucking around, man. These next two guys, Josh Woods, Ronnie Harrison. But we'll start with Josh Woods, of course. Serviceable special teams player. I think he comes back. I think he's a lock to come back. You saying goodbye? Man, you have no heart.
Listen, if you bring back Troy, you're only keeping 4 linebackers, right?
Sure.
And technically, we have 2 on the roster signed, but I only count one of them as a linebacker. The other guy is a bobblehead wannabe Captain America that may not be on this team anymore. But I think they attack linebacker in free agency, and then we draft one. So then there's no room. Like if you want to sign him as a practice squad guy, sure. And if someone gets hurt, you have him there. But I just don't think he fits with what Jeff wants.
Gotcha. I mean, if that's I would rather keep Josh Woods and let Troy Anderson walk.
Well, what about Ronnie Harrison? What are you going to do there?
That's the other problem, right? Ronnie Harrison.
I'm bringing Ronnie Harrison back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, shit, man. God damn it. All
You
right,
see what I'm saying?
Woods, I do see what you're saying. I see it. But so Ronnie Harrison, obviously, right, fits the mold covet in what Jeff Olbrich covets, a linebacker safety mold right there. And he did settle the position down, after that New England game, after that fucking abysmal performance by JD Bertan.
We don't say his name.
Yeah, we don't say his name. Number 40. Yeah, number 40 is
40.
probably going to be Raheem's problem in Frisco. So good luck. Ronnie Harrison, he stays. He stays, man. He stays. This next guy, man, has made an argument to stay, and that's D. Alford.
100%.
100%. He filled in great when AJ Terrell went down early in the year. Filled in very well for Mike Hughes. Filled in the slot. Obviously, when Billy Bowman went down, has been a playmaker all year. He did his best Brent Grimes impersonation against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So everything that was on the field this year, you had to love and appreciate from D. Alford. He stays. He has
absolutely.
To come back.
He has to stay.
Yep. And he's not in the chat today, but I know Avon would 1,000% agree with that one.
Oh, yeah. That's his guy.
All right. That's his guy. A problematic position that settled once Zane Gonzalez blessed us with his leg, a free agent at the end of the year. I think he's a lock to come back.
Oh, yeah.
He was very clutch all year.
Oh, yeah.
So we're starting to see. Monte Carlo, what's going on, brother? We're starting to see these guys piled up. All right. Bradley Pinion is the next guy.
I'm bringing him back. I think he had a Pro Bowl year. I think he got a couple All-Pro votes. He had probably his best year I've seen from him. So I'm okay bringing him back. You bring back your 3 special teams group that ended the season. I think it's a strong group, right? Pinion's been your holder for all these kickers we brought in. Zane's comfortable with him, so why change the mold?
Wait, don't jinx it too much, bro. I have to apologize because I did the fan base an injustice against the
Yeah,
Pats.
you did. Yeah,
I really did.
You FaceTime me too.
I did, but I wanted to share with you, like, dude, this son of a bitch missed the next 5 kicks all to the right.
And then what did he do? He missed the kick to the right.
Right. I'm like, oh my god. Oh, I felt like I had to explain myself so much. I apologize. I won't do that again. As a matter of fact, any games that I attend this year, no film. That's it. No more. All right, moving down the list, man. Ryan Hayes, who are you? Goodbye. Restricted free agents. This is where it gets a little juicier, right? Malik Heath really didn't offer anything. Sayonara. This is an interesting one. David Sills.
I'd be okay.
What say you? I'd be okay too. As a matter of fact, I'd rather David Sills than Casey Washington right now at wide receiver 4.
Yes.
100%.
100%.
Javon Gwynn from South Carolina has always been just a backup. Can't crack the lineup, especially with Matthew Bergeron.
He'll make his way to Baltimore with Dwayne Ledford.
There we go. These 2 guys, I am so on board to keep as rotational pieces. Hey, hell, even if LaCale London is bestowed a starter spot because, hey, listen, 4 sacks this year, put on extra mass, extra weight, ballooned up to 330 pounds, but it didn't slow up the big man whatsoever. Played really good in the middle of this Falcons defense. We do need size, and size comes with these 2 guys, LaCale London and Sam Roberts, who played really well for us early on. It's unfortunate that he did get hurt, but these 2 guys, I'm almost guaranteeing these are locks to come back in.
Yes, 100% agree with you.
And here we go with the exclusive rights, and this is going to wrap this one. Emory Jones, goodbye. Tyrone Wheatley Jr., goodbye. Elijah Garcia did come on late, but you're still waving. God damn it. This guy's doing El Chacal a little too good. Y fuera.
What was that? Hold on. Where's the sound? When I get a soundboard.
It's the trumpet. Yeah.
When I get a soundboard, that's going to be one of them. That's gonna be one of them. Thank
That's
you.
gonna be dope.
Thank you.
Yeah,
El
absolutely, man.
Chacan.
El Chacal, man. Don Francisco. For those that
El
are in the chat and
Chacan.
know what Don Francisco is, it was a Saturday staple in every Spanish household across America. Natron Brooks, man. Oh boy, a 2024 preseason darling. Did start for us? What do you think?
I bring him back because he is an exclusive rights free agent. You don't have to sign him to this huge deal because what I learned is if he's offered a deal, he can't test the market. It's either you sign or you retire.
Yeah. Shout out, wife, man. That's awesome, brother. That is awesome. Well, all right. So that concludes who's staying, who's going.
You know,
And go ahead.
I was going to say, we have 50, I think it is, 50 or 49 signed on contract right now. You're bringing a lot of these guys back. It's camp bodies.
Yep.
We always see it all the time. There are surprise cuts based on the way of camp is going and who you bring in. So Darnell Mooney getting cut opens up a slot. If you trade someone, if you trade for someone, Hodge is still under contract. I think he signed a 2-year deal. So he's got one more year on his deal. Yeah. And I think Red, he's here to stay.
Absolutely. Our brother, free game. Zay in the bag. What's happening, man? What's going on, fam? Well, yeah, man. Interesting list, to say the least. So we're keeping Kyle Pitts. We're keeping Felipe. Khalid Kareem. Troy Anderson. Ronnie Harrison. D. Alford. Zane Gonzalez.
You did miss. Caden Ellis isn't on this list.
I did. Yeah, I didn't put him on here by accident.
Because he's not coming back. That's why. He's getting...
Oh, man.
Hey, you know what? You should be happy, Berto, because I wasn't on this train earlier, but now I've opened up to it. It's Quay Walker.
So we're giving spoilers to next week's show, which we will dedicate. That's okay. No, we need the viewers. We need the viewers to gravitate, man. So next week, we'll give you a preview of what's to come. We will dedicate the show to free agents. We'll break it down. We'll tell you who we think is a fit for Atlanta, where Atlanta will exhaust their revenue towards, and it should be a good show. So please tune in next Wednesday night at 9 p.m. But
before we wrap it up,
sure thing.
It's Super Bowl week. Give me your prediction and score.
I'm going to take you through a quick little story that started last year. I have this, every year betting process that I have with a good friend of mine, Orlando. You motherfucker, you're not in my comments tonight. And I know that you're not, because what I'm about to tell you is directed at you, you coward. And because he's a Pats fan. So last year, believe it or not, I called the Super Bowl, right? I said, Philadelphia is going to smoke Kansas City by 2 touchdowns.
I remember you told me that too.
I won 150 buckaroos. This year we have the same bet in line. So give me the Seattle Seahawks by 10 over the New England Patriots. 34-24 Seattle. Clint goes on to Las Vegas with the Raiders. He just shits all over Josh McDaniels in that defense. For the New England Patriots, man. That's my thing.
I asked my wife this too, and she agrees with you. She's taking the Seahawks by at least 10 points. She thinks it's a 2-score game win.
Right there. Right there. You're getting one.
Now, I do think the Seahawks do win. I really do. But I think you're giving the Patriots offense too much credit. I don't think they score more than 10. Give me Seattle in a runaway game, 31-10.
I love it. So, and that's an argument, like even with coworkers, because I obviously being in the New England area, I have to fucking hear it all the time from these folks. Yeah, you guys are not giving the Patriots enough credit. That defense, the offense. What did the offense do against an elite defense? And that being Denver? Nothing. I don't care about the climate. You're New England. You're built for that environment. You couldn't do anything. What do you think is going to happen?
Hold on, but not only that. Look at not just them. They had to go up against 3 elite defenses in a row. The Chargers, the Texans, and the Broncos. What was the common factor on why the Patriots beat those teams?
Each team was missing a pivotal part to their offenses, in my opinion.
The quarterback play was subpar.
Very,
on the opposing teams. And Drake May, credit to him, made plays with his legs, not his arm, when needed. One of the most sound tackling football teams going up against him. Yeah, good luck. Will Campbell against Leonard Williams, Nwosu, Boye Mafe, DeMarcus Lawrence. I think DeMarcus Lawrence is going to put that rookie in hell.
I hope so.
Tank Lawrence, dude.
Byron Murphy in the middle.
I saw an interview with him. They asked him, like, who's the most underrated player in any sport? And he said, me. And I kind of agree with him. People sleep on Byron Murphy because he doesn't have all the sexy numbers. Ban him. Ban him. I'm just kidding. But, for my anime fans in the chat, Leonard Williams put out that the defensive front for the Seahawks is like the Colossal Titans and Attack on Titan. If you know, you know.
Ooh,
Birdo,
nice,
don't act like you know.
Kind of, sort of. What is it again?
The Colossal Titans. No, you don't. If you know, you know.
Hey, you know.
And I thought it was a great reference, but give me
what is it from?
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
Great starting anime. Ask your son about it. He'll know exactly.
I will.
What I'm talking about.
He'll know. Yeah, me and the anime world, we're distant. I'm sorry.
We watched 2 episodes of anime, and then Birdo said, "I'm too busy. I'm too busy."
3.
Oh well, yeah, was it 3? There we go. He got it. Batman and Superman.
Shit, man. Love you, team, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Oh man, great show, man. Appreciate everybody that came through, man. Bro Talk, let them know where they can find you, man.
As always, guys, short form content on all 3 platforms at Dirty Bird Central, TikTok, Instagram Reels, or YouTube Shorts, wherever you get your short form content. I did drop a long form content on YouTube, like Birdo said, the perfect offseason, in my opinion, for the 2026 Atlanta Falcons. Be sure to check it out on my page at Dirty Bird Central. And at Twitter, it's still at BK2 Apparently people like the BK. That's what they called me last night on the Roundtable Sports. It wasn't Bro Talk, it was BK. So
BK.
BK, right? If you know,
you know.
If you know, you know. And if you want daily tweets, and I've been busy at work, but I'm still tweeting daily, be sure to check it out.
We got a quick little request here. Next show, can we talk about your thoughts on what we do with Kirk? Sure. Why not?
We'll talk about free agency, so that will include that as well.
Sure. Absolutely, man. And, of course, man, I'm your boy Birdo, host of the 95 North Falcons Talk Show, and the other half of the duo, Reporting Eligible. You can find us on YouTube. You can also find me on Bleacher Report, short-form content coming at you every month, every day. And oh man, we have so much going on right now on Bleacher Report. It's crazy. It's fun. It's challenging, but we do it for you, the fans, of course, man. So thank you so much. Shout out, Carrie. What is going on? Carrie, hey, Carrie, look at this man. He's in Flowery Branch right now. We're catching exclusives over here on Reporting.
I just saw Ian Cunningham down the hall.
Oh man, what a troll, man. But until next Wednesday night, 9 p.m., make sure that you guys are subscribed to 95 North Falcons Talk Show or at Dirty Bird Central. When we come on live, your phone will notify you, man. Please come in and tune in to all 700 eyes from this evening. Thank you so very much to everybody in the chat. We definitely do appreciate you. I agree with you, Birdo. Jack, here's the ops. Thank you. So Jack was talking. Wait. What did Jack say? I got to phrase this right. Carrie, help me out if you can. He mentioned the Saints. He mentioned something. Oh, he the Aints. He agreed with Cam joining of the Aints. And I said, well, if that's not the most
what did he agree with? What did he agree with?
Something about availability and something like that. Something to that regard. You could catch that on One Time for the Fan, of course. Another pillar in this Falcons content community.
No wonder
world,
he likes
man.
going to New Orleans. Should have known. Should have known.
You got to clip this, Carrie, and send it to Jack. All love, Jack, man. Hopefully, golf season's going well for you, or lawn maintenance
I
is
hope you
also.
shank, I hope you shank every shot. Just saying.
Damn. Hate. But until then, catch us next Wednesday night, 9 p.m., man. Everybody have a safe weekend and enjoy the Super Bowl. Go Hawks. Peace.
Seahawks.